ready now.
Just before survival horror's honeymoon period would end, Dino Crisis 2 would mark one of the earliest departures from the genre's norm, eerily similar to how Resident Evil would diverge with its fifth installment. Shu Takumi would take the helm for the sequel, and though mechanically similar to the original, the direction taken leans far more towards action, with the introduction of arcade elements such as a scoring system. While some parts of this diversion didn't quite work out, Dino Crisis 2 nevertheless delivers a non-stop, unrelenting ride that carves its own identity separate from its zombie sister series. Sometime after the events of the first game, flame-haired SAS machine Regina is back as government experiments result in the disappearance of an entire city along with a nearby military base, shunted to another time. Along with newcomer Dylan, the two investigate this extraordinary event, only to end up stranded themselves. The team must then fight hordes of dinosaurs while discovering the true origin of this event. Much like the original, the narrative is focused and well told, with voice acting that feels more consistent this time around. Still, one can't help but get a kick from Regina's sharp wit and sassy retorts to Dylan in particular. The only disappointment is a cliffhanger ending which, likely, will never see resolution.
Watch that.
Yeah. That weapon definitely suits a Trat member. But I prefer to go in this way. See ya, Mr. Barbarian.
On a technical level, Dino Crisis 2 isn't especially different from its predecessor, as aside from the return of pre-rendered backgrounds, both static cameras and tank controls remain, along with other touches such as bleeding chipping at your health. But the direction is geared more towards action. There's no scarcity of ammo, as guns can be bought and replenished at special computer stations, as well as medical packs, utilising extinction points earned from kills. This might seem like a catastrophic design move, but it turns this prehistoric sequel into something altogether different. Enemies come in bigger waves, forcing you to defend yourself at almost every turn. There's a bigger roster of nasties to kill, from various raptors to armoured crocodile-esque monsters. Larger Allosaurus dinos make frequent appearances, making you feel small in comparison. And the combo system, rewarding more points if you can kill creatures in quick succession without taking damage, turns Dino Crisis 2 into something resembling an arcade game. It may not have the horror of the previous game, but it makes up for it in the action stakes. There's a bevy of explosive set pieces to go with this new approach, not all of which are successful though. There's a series of thrilling turret segments, including a tense chase with a Triceratops, and sailing across the sea while shooting sea creatures and pterodactyls. Another highlight is a tense game of swapsies, as you guide each character around endless allosaurs while guiding missile strikes to take them down. But other parts feel less engaging. One slower segment, which has Regina navigating an underwater facility, feels painfully slow and clunky to navigate, which is saying something considering it's technically a survival horror game. This time around, you're given control of Regina and Dylan, swapping between the two during the campaign. This can lead to a lot of backtracking, as while each has unique weapons, you'll find yourself retreading old ground. but these dull moments are soon forgotten amidst the excitement and action, with blood-pumping sequences that stick with the player. Dino Crisis 2 perhaps lacks the longevity of its predecessor though. It's quite short, clocking in at around 7 hours on your first run. But like classic Capcom survival horror, it can be bested quicker with subsequent runs and prior knowledge. Unlike the first game though, there are no alternate endings or course-altering decisions to help change events. There's a lack of extra content, with Extra Crisis serving as the main supplement. You can take on a gauntlet of dinosaurs solo, but with only a handful of characters to use and matches lasting less than 2 minutes, it feels insubstantial. There's also a versus mode of sorts, allowing 2 players to pit dinosaurs against one another. This feels a bit more fun, as who doesn't want to knock prehistoric heads against another? But Dino Crisis 2 does somewhat lack the replayability of other Capcom horror titles. What it isn't short on, though, is presentation power. The visuals on display here are fantastic. Exquisite pre-rendered backgrounds feature some really nice touches, such as flowing water moving in tandem. Characters bear more detail than in the first game, looking closer to humans. Dinosaurs feature great animation and detail too, making for some unnerving foes. There's also the occasional, but excellent looking FMVs slotted in. The sound is also superb, with fantastic use of ambient sounds to create tension, such as the subtle rustling of leaves to indicate the appearance of a raptor. The music is top notch too, with a slew of tracks which get your adrenaline pumping, utilising orchestral bombast and subtler tension music. Despite how huge of a departure Dino Crisis 2 is, Capcom and Shu Takumi still manage to deliver an exciting and engaging ride that benefits from a fantastic presentation, visceral combat, and mechanical sturdiness. Despite some less engrossing segments, and perhaps a reduction in longevity, players looking to tear up some prehistoric nasties will find themselves most pleased. Just make sure to separate it from its horror predecessor before you dive in.